We have played already once. We kind of get clapped.
Hopefully Team Liquid gets in better form, so it won't be as easy this time.
Dardoch looking to go big into Reset City. IMT has their 2-0.
I think IMT's biggest threat is Dardoch.
Damage coming in. Echo Fox still trying to finish this off very rapidly, down to about 1,000 HP, and Dardoch's got the steal.
I think Reignover's performance was definitely not as good as he was expected to do. People overestimated how good his teammates are. I think now they're seeing that they probably should have kept me.
Welcome to Week 6 of the North American League Championship Series. Teams are coming back after a week off, ready and raring to go. As we start off Week 6 of the North American LCS, Piglet and Youngbin ready to go, smiles on their faces despite a lot of changes, as we saw coming in. Team Liquid Immortals to start off the day, P1 and CLG just after. Hello everyone, I'm Rivington Bism III, and I've chosen Joshua Jat Leesman to join me on the analyst desk today, and there's some spicy stuff to talk about.
Thank you for choosing me. Yeah, the roster changes we've seen, and also a lot of hype in our second matchup between CLG and P1, so it's a really exciting Friday night.
Absolutely, and let's begin with our week with a reminder as to how the teams align in the standings as of right now. As we know, no spot is safe, with every position up for grabs coming into the week. Cloud9 holds on to first place despite their rough Week 5, with PSM trailing behind in second. Phoenix 1, CLG, and Immortals place in the middle of the standings, and the rest of the teams trickle down before Team Liquid in 10th. And we'll see which teams can rise in the standings with our matches this week, starting with Immortals versus Team Liquid in the Battle Arena. And after that, Arrow and Phoenix 1 will look to take down Stixxay and counter Logic Gaming. On NALCS 2, a little bit later for that game, you can get a more focused look on the bot lane matchup, where Freak, Markz, and Freeze will be hosting an Arrow versus Stixxay stream. Now, as I said, we did have a week off, and one team that's kind of feeling the pressure and the heat of the standings right now is Team Liquid. We saw all these roster moves. Piglet now to mid, and Youngbin in at AD carry.
Yeah, I mean, Team Liquid mentioned that they were looking to be making changes when they had the off week due to IM Katowice, and they made some changes.
They did make
but I don't necessarily know if it's what people expected, especially the fact that the guy they are bringing in, Youngbin, was a mid laner, so you'd think they'd put him in mid lane, but they actually moving him to AD in order to put Piglet in the top lane, and it's just very surprising and a little bit weird.
Right, and it's, as you say, a surprise and to many people, because Piglet has shared his grievances with the position just weeks before the announcement.
지금 솔직히 탑미드 정글이 너무 중요하고 뭐 바텀 터렛을 먼저 날리거나 뭐 그렇게 하면은 뭐 스노우볼을 굴릴 수 있겠지만 탑미드 정글이 만약 탑미드 정글에서 주도권 한번 잡으면 너무 그게 빼둘 수가 없어서 뺏기가 너무 힘들고 해서 네 그래서 지금 그냥 탑미드 정글이 그냥 게임을 다 하는 것 같아요. 바텀은 그냥 뭐 그냥 CC용 그냥 그래도 그냥 뭐 스턴 날려라 막 그런 쪽인 것 같아요 지금 뭔가.
Well, the move itself provides a bit of a stun, I think, for everybody. How does something like this kind of come to be?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the mindset that Piglet is in. He doesn't feel like he can have an impact in that role. But one of these things comes to be when Team Liquid is actually struggling in two major positions here that they're trying to change. Golden Glue wasn't doing well in mid lane, and Piglet was not doing well in the bottom lane. As much as he wants to say the role isn't impactful, he hasn't been impactful in his role. 10th in KDA, most deaths of EDs, bad gold, bad CS per minute, and you can see Golden Glue is the same. So they're hoping to remedy both of these in a sense, because Piglet is an old school AD carry. He wants to do the late game scaling with the crit build and bully lane. He doesn't think that is as important. I can argue that point, but that's for a different time. What's true is he hasn't been performing in that role. So whether he learns how to play Varus and Jhin in the bot lane better, or he just tries to learn how to play a few mid lane champions better, I guess is up to Team Liquid, as long as they have faith that he can do that. And that's kind of where they're putting all the eggs. They're putting in with Piglet in picking up a new role mid-season in 2 weeks. He says he off-rolled it. He says he played it in Challenger 5 years ago.
We'll see.
I don't believe these things mean you're an LCS level, so we'll have to see how he does on his first
We did see him feel very comfortable when he did play Twitch, player of the game coming into that week 1 or 2 matchup. So there's that transition that he can go back to. It's just going forward. So like you said, will the mid one still work? It's still a transition.
Yeah, it's very exciting as well.
It is going to be.
Him go up against Fullbelter. It's adding more to this matchup where we have Dardoch versus Reignover as the rematch. And it's also do or die for Team Liquid, really, because they were already 10th place. They're kind of abandoning ship with their old plan. They're trying desperately to find a new one. Their owner, Liquid, has mentioned they've worked super hard during these last 2 weeks, and they're just
really
trying not to fail. So I'm excited to see what they've come up with, but I'm extremely skeptical.
Well, that's our first match of the day, and after Liquid debuts their retooled roster, we have Phoenix One versus Counterlogic Gaming, which we mentioned features a battle in the bot lane for kind of the best AD carry here in the LCS now.
I mean, Piglet was saying that the role can't have impact. I think Arrow and Stixxay have shown this year that it can. These guys have been super high performers in a lot of their games. Stixxay feels like he's been the reason CLG has won many of their games, whether it's through a laning phase advantage or a late-game teamfight advantage. So I really want to see those guys go at it. I know there'll be multiple ways you can watch it as well because of NALCS 2 is going to be doing a featured matchup on that. So another thing that's actually very exciting, on top of the fact that these are two teams that are actually in the upper half of the standings.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great game to watch on that one. And before we get you into the matches, a reminder that ticket sales for our finals in Vancouver are available at lolesports.com. Come out April 22nd and 23rd to cheer on your favorite teams in the iconic Pacific Coliseum. Make sure to get your tickets early so you don't miss any of the action. And now with that out of the way, we're going to send it over to the casters to get us into the matches.